Hello, welcome back to another video. This is Dinesh Unnikrishnan. Why should you choose journalism? So today we are going to discuss and try to answer this question. So if if you're a graduate or say high school student, you might be still thinking about your career choices. What do you want to be? So typically, the graduation period of your life is where you make up your mind and try making efforts to achieve that goal of particular career stream. So for me as well, this is something which was a big question during my college days. So I did my graduation in mathematics, which is nowhere related to journalism, what I'm doing today, in a way. But it's quite typical, it's quite natural that you get confused at that point on what you want to do in life. So if you are a person you know who are thinking about journalism as a career, you should ask two questions to to yourself. And you know the whole world can advise you, people can give you different opinions, but ultimately the person who needs to take that final call, that decision, is you. So the two questions are this: one, are you a person who is going to be comfortable in making a living writing? Are you a person who likes to write articles, write reports? So that is one important thing, because if you are not a person who are very fond of the idea of sitting down and writing pieces, articles, then it may not be a right profession for you, to be very frank. Journalism involves whatever it is, whether it is television or digital or newspaper. Writing is an integral part of a journalist. You have to have that passion, and you have to have that interest in as a writer. So your job should not, if you like writing, you will not feel that you are doing a job. That is the beauty of entering into a profession that you really like. In my opinion, that's how one should choose, not just journalism, any jobs. That you should choose a career, a job that really you know catches your interest, your attention, so that you never feel like you are doing a job while doing that job. So it gives you that kind of self motivation to keep going for for and improving in your the chosen career, and take it along all the way through your life. The second question is that are you a person who is keen to you know get into social issues, who is keen to become the voice of people who are not necessarily connected to you personally? Are you a person who likes to highlight the issue of society? Ultimately, whichever stream of journalism you choose, whether it is business journalism, I'll come to the different verticals of journalism in a later episode. But for now, let's just divide this as business journalism and general news journalism. General news involves, again, different streams like politics, entertainment. You have international affairs. You have civic issues. You have environmental issues, so on. But one common thread that is, that is there across all these streams is that you are ultimately writing about issues that concerns the masses. You are ultimately becoming the voice as a reporter. You are becoming the person who is highlighting the issue of a larger set of people, right? That is so. This is going to be your whole life. See, whether you are a business journalist, whether you are a general person, a general news person, ultimately this is going to be issues that you are going to write about, which has some connection, some links with the problems that are affecting, that are facing the the society as a whole. So some people will have that natural tendency to get into issues, to involve in issues, and speak up, without fear or favor or any other personal interest. They just love getting into, paying attention to what is happening around you, and try to make your own point, and try to make a difference, a change by highlighting those issues. Because ultimately, if none of us speak up, if none of us come forward and take up any issues that concern society, then there is no future for this society, right? Because the whole entire changes. If you look at history, if you look at uh, the history of any country, any society, it's because of those small set of people, who have come forward always to take up critical issues, and to with a determination to make changes in that society. The changes have always happened because of those people. So as journalists, part of your role is to highlight issues that concerns a larger group of people. So are you a person who likes to do that? You have to ask yourself, as a student or as a beginner. If the answer is yes, yes, journalism is as a profession you should be looking at. So for me as well, this was a key confusion, as I mentioned earlier. What to choose. Whether when I first thought about journalism, I still remember those days when I was wondering what should I do. My parents initially wanted me to become a teacher. They wanted me to, as I said, I did my graduation in mathematics. They wanted me to go for a post graduation in mathematics and do a PhD, and for further research and become a college lecturer, or a professor. But and I did that too. For a few years I taught students in small institutions, parallel colleges, and in tuition centers, etc. Maths and other issues, other subjects. But ultimately, when I reached that graduation stage around 20 years of age, 2021, that is when I realized that this is not the job that is going to make me happy about, or passionate about, my work life. Because and then I really thought that what interests me. So the answer always came back to me as something that is to do with writing. And also, as I mentioned in the first episode, that how I developed an interest in highlighting the social issues, and found a kick, so to say, to in doing that. uh, some of you may remember that crocodile episode. If you haven't seen the first episode, please do. It's in my description. So that is the point when I decided, that journalism is something that could work for me. Now, I told you about the two questions, right? Whether you are a person who likes writing, and second question is that whether you are a person who don't mind getting into social issues and highlighting their problems. If the answer to both these questions are yes, my friend, then journalism is an option for you to give some serious thought. Now, there are other considerations you have to take into account while choosing journalism. It's pretty tough in making a mark as a journalist, uh, in particularly in a country like India, where journalism wages are not that great. There may be 100 other jobs, which will pay you much better than what a typical media house will pay you at the initial stage. Salary levels may not be very great. So again, you have to go back to your drawing board and ask yourself, what is your main consideration? Is it money? Is it a high-paying job and the comforts that that job gives you as a person? But then in that case again, you will have to really think about journalism jobs, because like I said, these are not very high paying jobs, at least in the initial years. Over a period of time, when you make your mark, when you grow as a journalist and you uh, become a brand of yourself, then yes, there are higher chances of getting better pays and better offers and opportunities, etc. Then there is no limit for yourself. The sky is the limit, because there are organizations that goes all the way from the local press to international organizations, which we can pay you very well. But keep in mind that this is not an easy path. You will have to devote yourself, and you'll have to really focus on your career as a journalist, at least in the initial years. So my friends, the to sum up the big question for yourself as you choose journalism is that this is not a fancy job as you probably would have seen in movies. As journalists, wielding power, and journalists questioning people in authority. This, you can do that. You can certainly do that. Journalism has that power, but to reach that level, you have to start at some point. You have to start working, learn the tricks of the trade, and that will take years and years for you to become a seasoned journalist, to become a brand, be a brand of yourself in whichever stream you choose. If there are so many students who have been messaging me and calling me, asking that about opportunities in journalism in different places and seeking my advice. But as I talk to them for 5 or 10 minutes, many of those students, they have this fancy notion about journalism. They want to see their bylines in newspapers, or their face, see their face in television channels, or in etc. But the point that people forget is that the fun or the kick that you're seeing your byline or your face in TV, that typically fades away after 1 or 2 months. But then you have a long career in front of you. You have to do the same thing every day, for years, again and again and again. So unless you have that spark in yourself, unless you have that self motivation, the core reason to that in the first place brought you into this job, unless you have that, it's very difficult to sustain, because it's going to be a long, tiring and a risky journey. You have to fight your multiple battles. You have to keep convincing yourself that I'm a journalist, and why did I start doing this job in the first place. That self motivation is the core strength that will keep you going. So I'll stop here in this video, and I'll come back to you with another video about other aspects of journalism. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe this channel, so that, and share this with your friends, so that it will reach more people. Thank you.